Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Wednesday Westside Wellbeing with myself, Jamie. Let's just prompt that screen up a touch for you guys. Hope you're all doing well on this now sunny Wednesday afternoon. We are here today for a lunchtime workout, Westside Wellbeing, and today we are going into a Tabata workout. So what that is, that's going to be a series of exercises that we're going to work our way through. And what we're going to do is we're going to do probably three sets, of each exercise before we move on. We'll go through 10 exercises, and from there, we'll come back round and see how many rounds we can go through. So I'm going to set my trusty timer up, and what we're going to do three exercises. I say one exercise, 3 sets of each exercise, and we will move on. So when you are set and ready, the first one we're going to go into, we're just going to go into some squat floor touches. So just find a rhythm, find a tempo that works for you. We're going to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and in 3, 2, and 1, let's go. So just find that rhythm, find that range where we take those feet just outside shoulder width apart, trying to keep a nice straight back and working your way down towards the floor. By all means, if you want to take that a little bit deeper, if you close those fists, you'll be able to get that a little bit more depth. On the other hand, if you need to slowly work your way into it, just find that rhythm. Again, really going to be working through the quadriceps here. So just take your time from one hand to the other. 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Nice. We're going to take 30 seconds before we jump into the second set. So from there, we're just going to have a little stretch. Going to take it out nice and wide. I just want you to slowly move from side to side. So we're going to be working into those hip flexors, into those groins, stretching out those adductors at the same time. Good. We'll keep it there for a few more moments. 5 seconds. I'm going to move my timer so I can actually see it. And in 3, 2, and 1, we're back into the second set. Again, find a rhythm, find a tempo that works for you. Yeah, good control, everyone. Nice. Again, take those feet just outside shoulder width apart. Maybe point those toes out, not quite at 45-degree angles, but that should give you enough room to really work through those quadriceps. And we're getting into those adductors as well on the inside of the legs for 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Good work, everyone. Take a moment, take 30 seconds. So from here, we're just going to stretch the quads this time. Feel free to use a wall, a chair, a person if there's one close by, or if you want to test that balance, see where we're at. From there, we're going to switch it over to the other leg. So here, we're really stretching through that quad to that hip flexor, where we get a lot of soreness and tightness from sitting at that desk. We go into our third set, and let's go. So we're down, work down towards the floor. Find a rhythm, find a tempo as always. Nice, strong work, everyone. We're off. We are started. We are here on this Wednesday. Now, sunny Wednesday by the looks of it. So may that continue. Let's keep it going. Less than 10 seconds. A few more repetitions. We're going to go for 5. And in 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Nice. Take a moment. We're going to take 30 to 45 seconds here. Next one we're going to go into, we're going to keep it on the legs, but we're going to go into our alternate lunges. So, if you need to take a little bit of water on board, feel free to do so. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat box. I'll try and keep an eye on that, and I'll get back to you. Either I'll type it out, or if we're in the workout, I'll try and answer as we're going through it. So focus on that breath, nice big inhale, nice big exhale. And what we're going to go into next is in some alternate lunges. So from here, we're going to drop down, legs 90 degrees, pop up, and then take it to the other side. We're going to do 3 rounds, 3 sets, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And in 3, 2, and 1, let's go. So again, just find that range. Try not to take it out too far to start with, just so you can find that rhythm. If your knee comes down to the ground, no problem at all. Just use that as a guide. If your knee does touch the floor, just to bring yourself back up. And as you start to work through that rep range, what I should do, as you come out of the base of that lunge, start thinking about pulling that belly button in to engage in the base of that core for 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Take a moment. So we're just going to stretch out through the shoulders this time. Take the arm across the body, squeezing just behind that elbow in that tricep. We'll hold that for 3, or 2, or 1. We'll swing that out. We'll take it to the other side. We're going to get into the upper body shortly. So we're warming those legs up. Let's start to stretch off that upper body. 3 seconds. We're back into our lunges, and let's go. 30 seconds. Good, nice driving up. Find the rhythm, find the tempo. Really focusing on that form, that technique. And again, as you come out the base of that lunge, think about pulling that belly button in. So we're working into the base of that core, working on that core strength at the same time as working through those legs. Trying to relieve a bit of stress, a bit of tension from the day. And in 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Good, lovely stuff. So we're just going to go into the triceps. We're going to take one hand behind the head, elbow into the back of the elbow, and squeezing through there. I'm going to come down to my knees, so I appreciate I pop out of the camera from there. And we're going to switch it over. We're going to hold that for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. And in 3, 2, and 1, we're back into our alternate lunges. It's nice and warm today, a little bit close, a little bit humid. So you're probably going to work up a little bit of a sweat on this Wednesday lunchtime. Or if you couldn't join us, or whenever you decide to take part in this workout. Keep it there, less than 10 seconds, a few more repetitions. We're going to go for 5, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Nice, we'll take a moment. We'll probably take about 45 seconds this time. Just catch our breath. Nice big inhale, nice big exhale. Take a bit of water on board if you need to. So, from there, we're going to start to mobilize the upper body, and we're going to keep working through those legs. So we're going to go into some bear crawls. Everyone's favorite exercise. Really gets the heart rate up. Again, really engages those calves, working through those quads still, those hamstrings, and starting to work through that upper body. But I just want you to take a little moment. I'm going to set the timer. Open that up. And what we're going to do from here, take a stance at the end of the mat, the rug, the floor, wherever you may be. And just follow my lead in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to come down to our hands. We're going to walk it out. We're going to press if we can and walk it back in. Come back up to a standing start. We take it back down. We walk it out. We press if we can and walk it back in. We're going to take it down, walk it out. This time, if you're struggling to press, just hold it there for a moment and walk it back in and come back up to that standing start. Good work, everyone. Let's keep that there. A few more repetitions. In 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Nice, take a moment. So, because that takes a lot of energy, we're just going to take this 30 seconds and use it as a moment of pause, a moment of rest. Catch our breath before we move into the second set of bear crawls. We've got 15 seconds, so there's no rush. Again, focus back in on that breath. We'll set ourselves. We've got 5 seconds. And in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So we're down. We're going to walk it out. We're going to press if we can. And walk it back in. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. Take it all the way back down. Get that press. What you might find, if you can get that press up, and it actually helps that momentum as you push off the floor to walk yourself back. That way we're not locking the elbows out, taking some pressure off the elbow joint. Good, one more repetition for 3, 2, and 1. And we come back in. Good start, everyone. Take a moment. From there, if you want to, just go onto the tiptoes, flare the knees out to the sides. Feel free to place your hands on the floor, just so we can stretch out through the inside of the legs, into those hips. Try not to apply too much pressure through the inside of your legs. We'll take a moment, again, as always, focusing on that breath. Nice big inhale, nice big exhale. And in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Last round of the bear crawls. We take it out. We press if we can. Use that momentum to bring yourself back up into that starting position. Good. Keep it there, everyone. Strong work. Good. We've got some big movements in off the bat today. Probably one more repetition as we move to 3, 2, and 1. Good work, everyone. Nice. Take a moment. Take some water on board. We'll take 45 seconds or so before we move into the fourth exercise. So, for the fourth exercise, what we're going to do is we'll take it down to the ground and we're going to go into some glute bridges. So again, we're going to work into that core area and into those glutes. So, you may or may not be aware, your glutes are part of your core. Your core starts from your glutes and then works your way up to your torso. So it's really important to make sure that we're engaging all of that natural belt that we have, building that core strength, which keeps everything nice and connected in that transition between the lower and upper body. So what I want you to do, make your way down to the ground. We'll take 10 seconds or so. And from there, all you're going to do is lie yourself down. We're going to take our arms out to the side. And what I want you to do is you drive those hips straight up to the ceiling in 3, 2, and 1. And go. So we just drive it up, try and contract those glutes at the top, expanding through that stomach wall as you drive it up. If you get any discomfort in your lower back when you come down to that start position, I want you to roll your hips forward, roll them back so your lower back's flush on the floor, and then drive up through those hips, contracting those glutes at the top of that glute bridge. And as you take it up, you're stretching out through that stomach wall. So we're building into the base of that core as well. And rest, take a moment. So from here, what you to do, one leg goes straight, hook the hands round the knee, and just squeeze that slowly towards the torso. We're going to relax that leg. We're going to take it out. Oops. And we're going to bring the other leg into that torso. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to reset ourselves. And in 3, 2, and 1, we're back into our second round of glute bridges. So again, nice and controlled, nice and steady, just driving those hips and that pelvis up towards the ceiling, getting that nice contraction through the glutes at the top of that bridge. And again, here, as always, feel free if you get any pressure into the lower back, just roll those hips forward, roll them back so that lower back's nice and flush, and then squeeze up from there. You might be starting to feel this in your hamstrings, that's not a problem. We're also engaging those. And rest for 30 seconds. So this time we're just going to take one leg bent, bring one leg up into the air. I don't want you to pull it, I just want you to feel that stretch slightly through the hamstring. We'll hold that for 3, 2, and 1. We'll take that down. We'll take the opposite leg up, and we'll hold that for 3, for 2, for 1, and we'll rest from there. Take a moment. Third set in 3, 2, and 1. So we're just driving straight up again. Trying to contract those glutes at the top of that glute bridge. Take your time, find a rhythm, find a tempo that works for you. Yeah, good control, everyone. Nice, let's keep that there. Few more repetitions. Moving towards 10 seconds. Good. Almost there. Last squeezes in 3, 2, and 1, and rest. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay on the ground from here, but we're just going to fold ourselves forward and touch, trying to keep that back nice and straight, and just hinge through the hips. Take those arms and feel free to slide them down towards your ankles. Just again, so we're squeezing through those hamstrings, taking a stretch, taking a moment. We're going to bring one sole of the foot into the inside of the knee. And if I turn this way, probably better for you guys to be able to see. And just apply a little bit of pressure through the top of the knee. Feel free to take your other hand, place it behind yourself, just as a balance and aid. And we're just going to hold that in there for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to release that. We're going to bring the other sole of the foot into the inside of the knee. Place one hand behind us and just place a little bit of pressure through that knee, squeezing out through that hip flexor, stretching out through that groin and that hip. Good. Take a moment, focusing on that breath. We're just going to squeeze that for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Lovely stuff. So from there, we're going to stay down on the ground and we're going to go into the core for a moment. So what I want you to do, lie yourselves onto your back. We're going to bring the soles of our feet up onto the floor, and from there, we're just going to get into the adductors, to the core muscles that run down the outside of our torso, in between our rib cage. And from there, we're just going to slide from side to side, taking those palms down to those heels. Again, feel free here to lift that head into that chin. It'll just give you a little bit more range of movement, keeps that core a little bit more contracted. And just try and make small movements through the rib cage ultimately. So you're just working into those obliques. Try not to rotate too much. Again, nice and controlled, nice and steady. Find a rhythm, find a tempo that works for you. Few more repetitions. We're going to go for 5, for 3, 2, and 1. This time, we're just going to lie here. We're going to take a moment. Feel free to take your feet out in front of you if you'd like to. Or if you want to keep them up in this position, you want to take one down, bring one up, whatever you want to do. Just take a moment. We're moving towards 10 seconds. So again, nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. We'll set ourselves, palms come down by the side. We're going to lift that chin into the chest. And in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. We're just going to slowly slide from side to side, trying to make sure we're keeping that movement more in the rib cage than through the torso, from the lower torso. So we're really working into those oblique muscles. Good, strong work, everyone. Let's keep that there. Nice, moving towards 10 seconds. You might feel that burn a little bit, feel that cramp through that core, hits a little bit different to any of the muscle group. We're going to go for 3, 2, and 1, and rest. This time I want you to take your arms behind your head. Feel free to interlock your fingers and just stretch out as far as you can to taking those shoulders up towards those ears. Just starting to relieve some of that tension that we've been putting through those oblique muscles, through that core. Focusing on that breath. We're going to keep it here until the buzzer goes. But what we can do is we can set ourselves, we'll place our palms down by the side. And in 3, 2, and 1, lift that chin into the chest. And we go into those oblique side shuffles. Really strong work, everyone. Keep that there. If you need to take a moment, feel free to take a moment. That's no problem at all. Yeah, moving towards 10 seconds, less than now. A few more repetitions, maybe 2 or 3 on each side. And in 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Good, take a moment. And then feel free to take a little bit of water on board if you wish to. And again, as always, through our workouts, feel free to put some music on in the background for yourself. I'm not going to do that here. You might not be able to hear me. But really strong work, everyone. Let's keep that there. Really good effort. We are, oh wow, we're almost 20 minutes through already. It's flying by today, flying by. Stick with me. Good work. We're going to go 45 minutes today. Next one, we're going to move into the upper body a touch. But from here, what we're going to do is we're going to come down onto our knees. Again, just a good way to start engaging the base of that core. What I want you to do from here is I want you to think about pulling that belly button in. We're going to take our fists, we're going to close them nice and tight. Imagine you're holding very heavy dumbbells. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to curl up into a bicep curl. We're going to bring the palms in. We're going to rotate through the shoulders. Palms go out, and we go into that shoulder press. So we'll go for 3 rounds. 5 seconds. And in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Keeping those fists nice and clenched. Good. Find a rhythm. Find a tempo as always. and just work your way through that rep range, keeping those fists nice and clenched so you're really getting that contraction through that bicep and driving up through that shoulder, or those shoulders I should say, both at the same time. Nice squeeze through that bicep, rotate through into those shoulders, come down, reset and repeat in 3, 2 and 1. And rest. So from here, as we're down here on the knees, what I want you to do is we're just going to part our knees a bit. So we're really going to stretch into those adductors today. But here, feel free to put your hands on the floor and just start to take your knees out to the side. From there, bring yourself back up. Think about pulling that belly button in again. You might feel a little bit sore, might feel like you're going into the splits. That's what we're after. And we're just going to hold that for 5, or 4, 3, 2 and 1. We're going to bring it back into that starting position and we go into our second set of curl and press. Again, contracting those fists nice and tight. Again, that full rep range working through that bicep into those shoulders. Again, think about pulling that belly button in, so we're working into the base of that core. We don't need to do 10,000 variety sit-ups to work into that core, build a nice, strong, natural bow through that midriff. You'll work everyone. Let's do that there in 3, 2 and 1 and rest. This time just sit back on your heels, take a moment, and if you can sit onto your toes, so you're stretching out through the base of your feet, releasing any tension in the feet. If that starts to get a little bit sore, no worries, just bring yourself up, take a moment, and again work your way back into it. We're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. We come back up onto the knees. Our third set, we go into the curl and press, and let's go. Good, keeping those fists nice and clenched, working through that bicep, driving up through that shoulder, getting that nice rotation. So we're getting into the front doubt, side doubt, rear doubt, and working into the trapezius muscles. Good, nice squeeze. If you take it up and you really want to squeeze it up there, you'll get a little bit more tension into those shoulders, working into that resistance zone in 3, 2 and 1 and rest. Nice. Take a moment, everybody. Take a little bit of water on board. So from there, we're going to go to everyone's favourites as we're down here. We're going to go into 3 rounds of push-ups. We're going to take a good 30 seconds or so before we go into there. But 3 options for you here. Feel free to go into that classic plank push-up position. See how we go. By all means, if you want to then bring it down to the knees, you can lift those toes off the feet. If you come to the knees, I want to make sure that that body's nice and long. I don't want you to be in this position, trying to press through there. Keep those glutes nice and low, keep that core nice and engaged. Or, other option, take those toes down to the floor as well, on the knees, and then drive through that movement there. We're going to feel this one. We're going to do 3 rounds, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off of push-ups. Really get into the chest and triceps. And in 3, 2 and 1. So again, if you're on those knees, make sure we're nice and long through that torso. Just take your time, find a rhythm, find a tempo, see how low down to the ground you can get, and just work it up from there. Let's keep that going. Nice. If you need to drop those toes, no problem at all. Again, just keep that movement, working through those triceps, through that chest. Good. And in 3, 2 and 1. And rest. Nice and low. We're just going to rock it back into that stretch, working up through that lower back. And again, so you can take those glutes down